Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show, IT Career Talk, with our IT professionals. And today we have a managing director and technical lead. But before that, let's see some of our subscribers. So, guys, if we take a look at our past few days, 71% of you are not subscribed, right? So, please do hit that subscribe button and notification bell to support us. So our guest today is none other than Sir Ardee Aram. Sir Ardee, can you say hi to our audience?
Hi, good evening, guys.
So Sir Ardee, let's go into the question. What's your role, or can you describe to us your role?
Yung role ko sa CloudSol, I'm the managing director. So it's a fancy term for the person who keeps things together.
Wow, okay.
Parang hindi mag-fall apart. No, yeah. So yung CloudSol kasi, we mostly do cloud-based and serverless solutions. So we have two major divisions. So the project side and the product side.
Okay.
So in product side, as usual, we get clients, then we develop cloud solutions for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the product side naman, we build apps. And our focus at the moment are Shopify apps. Shopify apps that we build over the serverless architecture. So basically, that's what we do, and that's what I do.
Right. No. And since na-mention mo na tong split between building products and servicing,
Yes.
if I may ask, no, what is the appropriate split for you?
That's appropriate split. Okay, I would say, um, get enough clients to fuel your products. So kasi ako talaga, first and foremost, product-oriented. Later, I'll share you why, kung bakit ganun yung philosophy ko. Pero again, you can't develop your product forever. You need money, right? So how do you get money? You get projects. So that's how the company works, basically.
Right. No. Good. So let's start off with your journey.
All right.
Let's start off with, how did you become a managing director and even the technical on the technical leadership, right?
Alright. So, mahaba-habang kwento to, guys. So, kuha muna kayo ng kape. Kasi, medyo matanda na si tito mo. Ayan.
Okay lang
So,
yan. Hindi naman mukhang matanda na.
Very good. So, yung pinakauna kong experience sa pagpo-program, doon tayo magsisimula sa programming. Binilan ako ng tatay ko ng 286. Ayan. So, ano yun? DOS 6.2 yun. Grade 3 ako. So, 9 years old ako.
Right, oo. So, guys, sa mga hindi na umabot sa DOS, no? Yan yung parang black screen.
Black screen.
Black screen, no? Baka hindi nyo na nabutan yun, pero if familiar kayo sa terminal or yung sa PowerShell, ganun yung itsura niya dati. Yun. Ganun lang. Wala nang iba.
Walang mouse, walang folders, walang ganun, walang wallpaper, walang ganun. Black lang, tapos nag-blink na cursor. Ayun. Tapos unang panahon, wala pang internet. Wala. So, ang nangyari nun, yun yung, so ever since, self-learner talaga ako. Kasi back then, wala ka naman talaga pwedeng pag-aralan ng internet or any other source. Nag-open akong program doon, pakalat-kalat, Dr. DOS. Tapos inopen ko siya. Tapos may introduction to QBasic. Sige yan, try ko. Tapos doon, doon ako nabuhay. Sabi ko, amazing to, QBasic. Tapos nag-program ako. Pinakaunang program ko ever. Ascending na note. Tapos parang sumabog yung yung mundo. Ang ganda nito, galing nito. Walang graphics, walang anything. Ascending. Sobrang bigaya ko nun. So yung introduction ko sa first program ko ever. Nasundan yun kasi nakita ng father ko na sobrang hindi na ako lumalabas ng bahay, nagko-code na lang ako na nagko-code na. Binila niya ako ng programming book. Nandito siya actually.
Wow, dala-dala mo pa yung programming book na original.
Sentimental value. Ayan, so dahil hindi siya IT, nakita lang niya to sa National Bookstore, may programming. Binilan niya ako. Hindi niya alam na C siya, C programming. Hindi siya basic programming. So wala akong C compiler at wala akong internet para mag-download ng C compiler. So ginawa ko, binabasa ko lang siya na binabasa. Binabasa ko lang siya na binabasa. So nagkaroon ng tension na parang gusto ko i-try yung mga nandito. Pero wala akong way.
Yeah. Oo.
The longest time, may tension na parang, shit, gusto ko matuto mag-C. Ayan. So nag-progress. Nung grade 6, meron kaming programming classes. Tapos dahil nga may prior experience ako, meron ka advantage. So ako yung usually tanungan ng klase nung grade 6. Then dumating yung high school, ganun din yung incurred advantages ng mga sinaunang years na carry ko. Yun, nagsisi na kami nun. First college, first year high school, second year high school. Tapos dahil ang lakas ng affinity ko to programming, dahil nag-enjoy talaga ako habang ginagawa ko siya. Napapadala ako sa mga competitions. So, napupunta kami sa PUP, sa Lasal, so lumalaban kami, programmer. Sumali din ako, high school pala yun. So, puro programming competitions yung buhay ko ng time na yan. Tsaka libre kasi yung pagkain. Tsaka travel. Nung high school tayo, LRT, MRT, masaya na yun.
So, minsan na parang off ka ng school, di ba? Parang excuse ka.
Excuse you. Yung mga boring subjects hindi mo ma-attendan kasi pupunta ka sa ibang school para makipag-compete, di ba? Sobrang saya nung experience na yan. So, nung pagdating ng college, medyo no-brainer sa akin kung anong course yung kukunin ko. So, Comsci. Wala akong ibang option. Actually, nanay ko, pinush ng konti yung pagdodoktor. Pero, madali sa akin makapag-decide, computer science talaga. So, kaya ako napunta doon. So, fast forward, okay yung college. Tapos, pinakauna kong paying job, third year college yun. Sa student assistant ng computerized registration system ng UP Diliman.
Okay.
So parang ang saya ng feeling na nagtatrabaho ka, na gustong-gusto yung ginagawa mo, at the same time, kumikita ka. So parang, pwede pa tayo, nagtatrabaho ka, tapos kumikita ka. Ayan. Tapos, may mga nakilala akong friends, mga bad influence na friends. Dito, guys pakinggan nyo to. So, fourth year college, isa akong kaibigan, nagtayo siya ng startup.
Okay.
Oo. Actually, hindi pa matunog ang startup noon.
Small business lang.
Small business na kukuha ka ng client, magde-develop. Pero na-realize niya na halos wala pa lang capital, no? Pag gagawa ka ng software. So, kailangan mo lang ng computer, program ka, papakita mo sa client. Pag nagustuhan ng client, babayaran ka. Magic! Di ba?
Oo, tapos na yun. Hanggang doon lang. Oo.
So, nag-join ako sa kanya. Tapos, isa yun sa pinakamasayang adventure sa buhay ko nun. Kasi hindi kami natutulog nun. Tapos, may time na natutulog kami sa sahig, dyaryo. Kasi, wala kaming place para mag-code. So, kung saan-saan kami nagko-code. Tapos, kailangan team kami. Tapos, isa siya sa pinakamasayang experience ko nung college. Tapos, pumupunta rin kami dun sa mga clients. Isa pa yun. Sino ba tong mga college na to na nagpe-present sa harap ng mga mga decision makers tungkol sa mga software development sa websites na ginagawa nila? Para sa akin, parang mind-blowing yun. Talaga? Ay, pwede pala yun. So nag-open.
So during that time, mostly websites yung tinatrabaho nyo?
Websites, yes, websites. So, dahil sa exposure ko sa Java kasi JSPs yung gamit ko sa CRS. Tapos yung friend ko, si Diwa, PHP yung expertise niya. So, parang na-translate naman. So, ever since talaga, napunta na ako sa web, tapos hindi na ako medyo umalis doon. Web development na talaga yung naging yung forte ko. Bread and butter, kumbaga. So, dun na-open yung mind ko na parang, pwede ka pala gumawa ng business sa IT with a very minimum cost. So, nag-stuck sa akin yun na parang, you can do it. Yun yung parang eye-opener sa akin. Pwede pala. So, pero back then, after nung stint na yun, nag-away-away yung friends. Yeah, isa siyang, nag-end siya badly kasi we were young, hindi namin alam ginagawa namin. Money was coming in and hindi namin alam kung paano i-handle yun. So, nag-separate yung groups. Yung kanya-kanya, graduate kami. Dahil hindi ko na alam yung sunod kong path, nag-corporate ako kasi yung ginagawa ng classmates ko. So, Ayun, so inabot ang lolo mo ng 13 years sa corporate world, nag-PHP, Ruby on Rails, and after, palipat-lipat because I'm looking for something. Nung nasa corporate world ako, initially malalaking companies yung pinasukan ko. Punta akong Toyota. Pero parang napadpad ako sa isang startup. So hindi na ako founder doon, employee lang. But that's okay kasi parang mas masaya pala for me yung startups kasi yung freedom. Tapos mas may boses ka. When you speak, dahil ang konti nyo lang, the lead tend to listen to you. So parang mas malaki yung contribution mo. So ever since napunta akong startup, palipat-lipat na rin ako ng startups nun. But I was still looking for something. Di ko pa rin ma-define. Hindi ko ma-define back kung ano yung hinahanap ko. Pero I think ay nakita ko na siya. So, basically, sa dulo-dulo pala, gusto ko rin magtayo ng sarili kong business. Tulad na ginawa namin ng friends ko. So, parang merong emotional attachment pa rin for the past 13 years. Yun pa rin yung destination. How do I start my own business?
Right.
Then, so, ayun, along the way, from junior programmer, na promote to senior programmer, naging project manager, tapos, naging director of IT ako sa isang recent cryptocurrency company. Then, when I had the opportunity to work with a client, tapos isip ko, okay, I think it's time for me to do my own thing.
Right. And ano yung mga factors ng it's time? Is it like may puhunan ka na ba? Age ba ang parang sabi mong it's time o boredness ba? You know, ano yung mga factors na tong nasabi mong it's time?
That's a very good question. Una, nung na-realize ko, yung first client ko, kinausap ko siya. Tapos, according to my calculations, yung agreement na compensation is enough for me to build my own. Okay na to. Parang meron akong primary, yung first client, na parang major pipeline siya ng mga succeeding projects. Parang din ko na-estimate, kaya na siguro to. Yan. So, then, siguro age din. Kasi back then, I had choices. Okay, backtrack. So, pinaka-recent company ko. So, for the past 4 companies, startups yung pinasukan ko. Kasi mas masaya talaga eh. Mas maganda yung energy.
Pacing.
Tapos, creative yung mga tao. Yung pinaka-latest na cryptocurrency company na napasukan ko. So, nagsara siya. Tapos nag-announce na sila na ganito na lang yung oras ng natin, ng buhay ng company natin. So,
ilang months na lang? 1 month na lang, ganun?
2 months to 3 months, ganun.
2 months, 3 months na lang. Wow.
So, we had the opportunity. Actually, nag-mass firing sila. Si mga natira. May decision yung mga natira kung gusto nila mag-stay or gusto kong mag-invest. Pero I decided to leave na kasi majority of the people that I work with, I really love working with those people. Na-lay off na parang, ano nangyari? Parang shell company na lang tayo, no? Parang the company is the people eh. So if you leave the people, what's left? Right? So medyo na-depress yung mga tao, tapos nahirap na talaga mag-work. Right? So nag-apply ako, try din ako sa AWS. So I had the decision back then eh. Go back to corporate world kasi I have a wife, I have a kid, or take this opportunity to start on my own with major client na parang okay yung terms niya. Sabi ko, tumatanda na ako eh. Kapag tinig ko ulit yung corporate route, it might take me another 4 to 5 years to get this opportunity. Parang back then, it's now or never. So wala no more looking back eh. Kasi magsasara yung company na meron ako eh. So the only possible route is forward.
Correct.
So sabi ko, I think it's time. So doon na nabuo si CloudSol.
Right. And if I may ask, no, how did you even discover your first client? Was this like dati pa you were always out looking for your first client? Was it a previous client nung yung early days nyo mo pa dati and then bumalik like kasi 'di ba you were banking on this first client, right? So paano mo even nahanap yung first client mo?
Siguro kailangan ko magpasalamat din sa prior cryptocurrency company employment. Dahil dun sa shock na sinabi na parang, guys, wala na, it's over. Nagkaroon ng panic mode. Parang padala ako nagpaulan ako ng resume kung saan-saan.
Okay.
Tapos, sa mga sulok-sulok pala, so if you're just diligent enough, meron dyang willing clients to take you. So, hindi employment ino-offer nila, pero client. So,
yun talaga yung hanap mo at the time, client, hindi employment.
Yes, back then, nagdadalawang isip ako sa route ko. Pero, pinasok ko lahat. So, trinay ko rin yung freelancing. So, trinay ko rin maghanap ng client. Tapos, trinay ko rin ng employment. Sabay-sabay.
Oo.
Pero nung 3 months, tapos wala na kaming ginagawa. Ano magagawin ko, diba? So, buong araw ako sa office ka nun. Papadala ko kausap, chat, rekindling relationships with old friends. Tapos, ang maganda rin sa sa age natin, yung mga kaibigan natin dyan, may mga advanced positions na rin. So parang pwede natin, meron ka dyan opportunity. So pwede mong pagkabit-kabit yun. Pero sa dulo, may nakatago pala doon na client na naghihintay lang ng gagawa ng project nila. Sabi ko, buti naman. So, kaya basically, it's a desperate move back then. Yun.
Right. So, but very interesting story, no? It's it's a factors of chance kasi ngayon nga nagsarado or magsasarado, tapos out of the previous passion and experience, parang now's that time, no?
Yes.
Great story, no? Great story naman. One of our questions is like in your case, kasi very unexpected yung nangyari, no? Of course, hindi mo naman alam na magsasarado yung company, no? Right. No? And ngayon kasi, with all these, sabihin na natin, pandemic and the events, no? There's really a lot of uncertainty right now. With work, with health. What's your advice, or how do you deal with the unexpected?
How do you deal with unexpected? Okay. Ako, what I say is that you just need to learn daily. Kasi nga, the landscape is always changing. The situation is always changing. Bago ako pumasok dito bago ko tinayo yung CloudSol, there was no pandemic. Right? So it was a very different situation back then.
Yes.
So every day when you wake up, things change. So I think para to adapt to change, you just have to learn and learn, I think. No, keep up to date and be open to opportunities, and mostly accept the fact that things change and things die, but things get reborn. So be adaptable, learn always. Yun yung ko lang, masasabi ko lang.
Right. Since you mentioned a little bit on how to parang basically be up to date.
Yes, correct.
How do you, ikaw personally, how do you maintain your being up to date, no? What do you do?
What do I do? Number one, I still code. No, kasi kailangan ang bilis ng technology, man. Parang ang tagal ko nang hindi nag-PHP. So nag-test ako ng PHP 5, tapos ngayon PHP 8 na. So parang sobrang irrelevant na I think yung alam ko ng PHP. But that's okay kasi nasa Node.js world na ako doing serverless app. So serverless is a very new technology to me. I think 2014 ni-release yung Lambda. Pero yung actual ramifications of that, yung business impact of that, hindi pa siya fully explored.
Yep.
it's a very big opportunity to really cut down cost and make experimentation and failure very, very cheap. Right? So, sa Lambda, yung magamit mo, pag walang bumibisita sa site mo, wala kang mabayaran, which is good. So, negative feedback, hindi gumagana yung app mo, try again with minimal cost. That's how I see serverless technology in general. Pero your question was, how do I keep myself up to date?
For example, so one of the things you mentioned is you still code, no?
I still
and
code.
then you pick a technology that's quite advanced or at least present, no? But even on how did you even discover that technology, diba? I mean, do you like, for example, subscribe to a particular news feed, or do you read, I don't know, a business magazine or IT magazine? Yeah. Nanonood ka ba ng channel ko? Ganun.
Yes. Oh, manonood ako ng channel ko. Ever since meron akong insatiable curiosity for everything. No? Good and bad yun. Kasi minsan, may parang pagka ADHD na hindi mo ma-focus yung sarili mo sa boring, sa luma, kasi parang patalon-talon ang isip mo sa bago. So, yun yung bad side. Pero yung good side naman, hindi ka masusurprise sa mga bago kasi somehow nabasa mo siya dito, nabasa mo siya sa Reddit, nabasa mo siya sa Twitter, nabasa mo sa FB. So, wala akong particular site na binabasa or sinusubaybayan. More of yung attention ko, patalon-talon sa maraming bagay. So, yung natural curiosity, I think.
So basically, nagsusurf, ano ganyan.
May YouTube channel dito, may nabanggit na technology, ano ba itong technology na to? Research ulit. As a client, may sinabing bagong technology, ano ba yung technology nito? Ito pala. So, siguro, important din yung fact na you have to understand that there is always something new. So, yung humility na parang, I know some things, but there might be new things and I need to learn those. So, parang learning doesn't stop. So, parang you have to be humble enough to accept that. So, kahit sino sa team, kahit junior mo pa yan, nag-suggest ng bagong technology. So, I'll say, ano yan? Pwedeng paki-explain. So, walang ere-ere, walang di porket senior ka. Just ask, di ba? Meron siyang alam na hindi mo alam, may alam ka na hindi niya alam. It's better to share and discuss.
Right. No? And since na-mention na natin yung parts ng technical, you still code. Our next question is, generally, how you manage naman yung non-technical? Ano yung management style mo naman?
Sige. So, just a brief background sa CloudSol. Sa CloudSol, since almost 2 years pa lang na ang CloudSol. So, it's built, most of the developers, they're project-based developers. So, loose network of project-based developers yung sa CloudSol. And it's a bit different kasi from day one, remote work talaga si CloudSol. Pre-pandemic, remote work na siya.
Right.
How do you manage? So it's a bit different kasi
kasi hindi sila employed directly, no? Para silang freelancer din. But hindi sila direct freelance sa'yo para sa somebody else. Parang ganun.
Yeah, that's correct. So medyo iba yung himas kasi parang ang strategy is like basically, unlike sa employment na merong steep hierarchy, parang or explicit hierarchy. So dito, the tricky bit here is that it's like you're almost peers, right? So parang, so sa akin, sa ganitong situation, management style is management by respect. And management din by, I'll say what to do. Let me know how you will do it. So sa kanila yung how, akin yung what. So I'm not a micromanager person. I-code mo to sa ganito, tapos so hindi sa akin nag-work yun, hindi nag-work sa kanila yun. Mostly sa akin, more of dialogue, and this is our direction. Can you suggest how do we go about this? Ayun, yung parang in a way, ganun yung parang style ko.
Right. No. And the next question is about your hiring strategy, no? Especially very unique kasi yung sa'yo na they're not employees, right? And so potentially they could be employed elsewhere. Like na may
Yes.
right, no? So
Yes.
paano mo hinahanap sila or paano mo hinahire sila and na parang kasi syempre you also have your deadlines, right? Na hindi nila ma-miss yung deadline nila dahil na-overwhelmed naman sila sa kabilang work. Na parang hindi ka gawing second priority. Although, hindi ko alam kung that's possible or not. No? Like, is there something na tinitingnan mo, alam mo, pag hiring pa lang, parang, okay na tao to?
Okay yan. Good question yan. No? Okay, so as per experience, hindi mo, sa una talagang tingin, hindi mo talaga matansya. So, simula, pagkakakilala mo pa lang ng person, bibigyan mo siya ng easy tasks. Na pag lumayas siya, hindi na nagpakita, at least pwede masasaluhin. Parang may may rapport building and trust building phase din yun. Now, pag solid na yung... So, technical things are one thing. Yung EQ ng tao, yung personality ng tao, work ethics niya, it's a totally different thing. So, sabi rin yung sobrang important factors when looking for like freelancers or people who want projects. Is this person someone I can rely on? Okay ba siya sa deadlines? Magaling ba yung communication skills niya? Pag sinabi ba niyang magde-deliver siya on Friday, nagde-deliver ba siya on Friday? So yung mga ganitong bagay, malaking factor sa akin yun, aside from dapat magaling din siya mag-program and all that. Ayun, yun yung mga tinitingnan ko. So, parang pag second, third, fourth project na, tapos I see that you're reliable, then I give you more difficult projects.
Right. Good answer na. How about alam mo naman na I also lead the AWS user group. I also help certify people in the cloud. Is certification a factor for you? Any certification, not necessarily AWS. Parang, is that something na you look at to either assess the technical skill or even to assess yung like you said, yung EQ niya dahil nag-certification ka, alam mong pinaghirapan niya to or ganyan.
Okay, correct. So, big thing sa akin yung certification kasi especially na nag-undergo din ako dun sa certification, alam ko yung process, alam ko yung effort na kailangan para mag-put through dun. Okay, way before, nung ako'y empleyado ng ilang company, so minsan nahahatak din ako to do technical interviews. And syempre, as part of the interview, okay, ito yung ko na patunayan ko. So una, may mga tao na pwede kasi nilang bulahin yung resume. Medyo madali yun. Then sa interview, may magaling magsalita. Alam mo, galing yun. Big words, gagamitin niya. But the only time na makikilala mo yung tao if you're really working with them.
That's true.
Pero kasi when you are certified, at least alam mo na may nagpa-exam na sa kanya before. At hindi lang basta-basta nagpa-exam, it's a big company, it's AWS, it's a standardized exam. Now, if you are worth your salt, you should have passed the exam. So, para sa akin, it's a big filter. Para may added confidence na, AWS, certified ka naman pala. At least, at the very least, you know the basics, and at the very least, you have the discipline to study, and you have the desire to improve yourself. Kasi, why would you take a certificate unless na you want to further improve your career? So, may hunger and my desire. So, that's how I see certifications.
Right. No, thanks for that. You did mention about remote working na ever since remote working naman yung team mo. What are your 2 cents about remote working right now happening with other companies as well? Is this is remote working really good for companies like yours? Is it potentially pwede talaga sa lahat?
May pros and cons. Okay? Pros and cons. So, if you notice yung concept ni CloudSol, focusing on serverless and focusing on remote work, it's really basically guerrilla entrepreneurship. Parang working with what you have, with the minimal amount is what you have, then basically leveraging and maximizing on whatever you have, right? So that's what serverless is doing. Ganun din yung remote work. Yes, kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, remote work is a very, very good way to really cut down on costs. Kasi internet is not yours. Yung masasagot yung internet ng tao. Yung laptop, it's not yours, right? Operational cost will be lower. But I can compare it with the scenario with my previous jobs. Ang nawawala sa sa office-based ay yung socialization, yung tipong biro-biroan, yung culture, yung tipong alaskahan. Yan yung mga tipong nakakamiss na parang sobrang hirap niya gawin sa remote.
Right.
So, actually, moving forward, after the pandemic siguro, and if the company grows into, we may opt to get our own office plus remote work. Parang may combination of both just to get the best of both worlds. And then pa rin yung tipong nandiyan yung tao. Yung kilala mo siya sa person, makipag-lunch sa kanya.
Tama.
Diba kasi pag remote, nag-usap kayo, trabaho agad. Tapos after meeting, out na, diba?
Yes. No, very good. Parang hybrid is the potential future, no?
Possibly.
All right. So sir, since medyo humahaba na yung pag-usapan natin, a few more questions na lang, no? If you permit, no? And ito siguro more towards, especially for our youth, they obviously aim to be successful in their careers, no, or successful in life, no. But what really helps them also is to hear what success is for those that they look up to be successful, no. So if you can define for us what is success or what makes you successful.
Very good. Meron na, ni-note ko yan kasi maganda yung question eh.
Yes.
Actually, to me, success is the ability to have an impact, a big impact on society. So, actually, may story lang ako. So, pandemic, diba? Tapos, minsan nag-drive ako sa may Buendia, SLEX corner nun. Tapos may, kumakatok na bata ng lilimos.
Yes.
I was thinking, what if matalino tong batang to? What if deep inside his or her brain, sobrang galing pala niya supposedly mag-code. Kaso wala siyang opportunity. Hindi siya nabigyan ng magandang education. Hindi siya nabigyan ng laptop. Very busy laptop, di ba? Wala siyang internet sa bahay. So I was thinking, kung kaya ko sigurong sa future, if I'm successful enough, gusto ko sana magtayo ng foundation para mapag-aral yung mga mahihirap, pero matalino sana. Pero wala lang opportunity. So that for me success. No? For me success is having
impact na talaga.
Impact on society. Parang to make things better for everyone. That is success.
Right. And thanks for that. And then of course our last question here is our last two question na lang is, what are you currently passionate about?
Okay. What am I currently passionate about? Serverless.
Serverless. Narinig na natin a couple of times na.
Actually, aside from serverless, okay. Meron na pa isa akong passion outside IT, no? Kaya actually full circle din siya, kaya din ako napadpad sa app development and serverless. So, way before, sobrang passionate ako, Robert Kiyosaki, passive income, all that. Same na. Alam mo yung minsan may idea, narinig mo, tapos biglang nag-grow sa'yo, tapos hanggang sa na-absorb ka na, nabalik na. So parang, hindi ko mapakawalan yung concept na you work for a few years very hard, 5 years, 10 years. Then you build an asset, then it earns passively for you.
Yes.
Yung sa example ni Robert Kiyosaki, his example is real estate. Right? Kasi gagawa ka ng bahay, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever. Then papaupahan mo, 10,000 per month, 20,000 per month. Then, gawan mo lang yon ad infinitum, okay na, di ba? So, kung gusto mo nang mag-retire ng 200,000, gawa ka ng 20 na 10,000, right? That's the math. Ngayon, may na-discover ako. In IT, real estate is apps. Why?
Apps, okay.
Bakit? Kasi first, may upfront cost of development. Hindi siya client sponsored. Pera mo 'yon, kung pera mo o oras mo 'yon, 'di ba? Then, papasok yung papaupahan. Yung papaupahan, ito yung monthly recurring revenue ng app mo, MRR. Ngayon, if done correctly, so if you get your cost very low, dun papasok si serverless, and if you did your marketing right, so tataas yung income mo, then what you have is passive income, right? So parang dun ko na-discover, okay, yung sinabi ni Robert Kiyosaki, pwede rin pala siya gawin sa IT world. So
right, ang hindi ko naisip yun, no? Pero that's a good analogy pala. Right, oo.
Ang idol ko dyan sa concept na yan, si Tyler Tringas. Meron siyang book about Micro-SaaS. So basically, ang concept niya, which is good. So when we say startup kasi, now, so kung napanood niyo na ba yung Korean startup?
Ako napanood ko.
Ang basahan. Ayun.
Nasa Netflix pala to, guys, no? Yung sinasabi niya, yung Korean startup. It's a show where they're trying to build a startup, going through the bootstrap muna, tapos naging angel. Actually, incubator muna. Tapos angel, and then later on, hindi ko na ikwento masyado kasi baka mas
spoiler. Na lang, guys.
Panoorin na lang din, no? Kung mahilig kayo doon. And, since K-drama din to, partially, so mahilig din, madami sa atin mahilig doon. So, kung ayaw nyo sa startup part, at least sa K-drama, panoorin nyo, no? Alright, anyway, sige sir, go. Okay, so, yun kasi yung stereotype to startup, no? I mean, yun yung sa Silicon Valley, ganun napunta si Facebook. But come to think of it, at least personally, I don't need to be a $1 billion company, right? I mean, sige, if you want to, go ahead. You may guess. Be the next Apple, be the next Facebook, whatever. Pero you don't need to be that big. You can start really small and to have to earn just enough. Actually, the earning that you want really depends on you. I mean, I have a certain amount, a certain target. I don't need billions. I just need this. So, yun yung pinapakita ni Tyler Tringas. No? Sa Tyler Tringas kasi, Micro-SaaS, he solves usual boring tasks. Then he gets money from that. So, it's not exciting. Hindi siya yung tipo i-cover ng media. But hey, it earns. And that's, I think, what matters. Diba? So, yun yung strategy niya. Kasi ginagamit niya yung cloud to really bring his costs down. And ginagamit niya yung prinsipyo ng lean startup to think of ideas on. Alright, saglit lang guys, medyo naputol tayo.
Okay.
Wait lang, time out muna saglit. Bigyan natin ng recovery time yung bandwidth. Alright, okay na. Game. So you were saying?
Ayun, si Tyler Tringas, yung idea niya ng concept ng Micro-SaaS is just to solve small real-world problems for real people, right? So, na-absorb din niya yung concept ng lean startup to when you have an idea, you validate. How do you validate? You talk to real people and you solve real problems. And if you do enough of that, you'll earn money. You don't get to be a billionaire. So if you want to be a billionaire, then go the angel investor route. But if you just want a comfortable life, then there's a path for you. So that's Micro-SaaS. So yun yung prototype ko ngayon ng company.
Right. No, That's a new discovery for me. Parang, that's a good, inspiring possibility. No? You can always build small but many. And parang right. And again, our last question here is basically, in general, nasagot mo na to a lot of times, pero just to summarize, no? Your shout out and how to be you po. Yun yung tanong dito.
How to be po. Ang sagot ko talaga dyan is don't be me, be you. Kasi, again, yung people, person, it's a mixture of nurture and nature. So I have my gifts, you have your gifts. I had my situations, I had my chances, you will have your chances. Whatever I tell you may not be applicable to you. So don't be me, be the best version of you. Yan yung masasabi.
Sasabihin nila, sir, pero paano nga maging best version of myself? Kung hindi man yung sa'yo, ano yung mga things na baka lang mag-apply din, no? Sa akin, ganun, no?
Yung recurring theme sa tingin ko din sa interviews more often learn, study, adapt, invest in yourself. Kahit saan ka itapon kasi, basta araw-araw ka nag-aaral, one way or another, you will succeed. Kasi you're not static. You always grow. And sooner or later, diba? If you always grow, then you make it.
All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for listening in to our show today, and I hope you guys learned something new, no? And Sir Ardee, of course, thank you so much for inspiring our audience.
Right. Sana di ko kayo na-bore.
Hindi naman. I think ako, natutuwa ako. I hope yung audience natin natuwa din. No? Kahit panoorin nyo to in 1.5x. Kasi may speed control na. Okay lang yan. As long as may natutunan kayo.
Right.
Alright. Thank you, everyone. And goodbye.
Bye.
And of course, if you like our content, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell.